We have some amazing energies for the lovely 5D mystics and anybody who is pursuing their personal growth. So, in the years of the episodes on Anchor, which is now Spotify for podcasters, we discussed the ascension energies in different ways. And at this point of our lovely journey, Inspiring Human Potential is bringing together our 5D mystics and functional adults. So these are all people who essentially know about, at the very least, using left and right mode of their brain. So the thoughts and the emotions from that inner growth mindset, being able to contemplate aspects, sensations, images, thoughts, and feelings that come up. Today, I get to be even more informative by knowing about the mind and the brain and how it works, the embodied brain. Thank you, Daniel Siegel. And to integrate that information in a way that allows those who are the mystics to know, yes, our brain is this lovely conduit. It achieves efficacy, if you will, once we're integrated. So a functional adult, love language, Zen master, it's enlightenment for a reason. The enlightenment journey, aka personal development, is you being yourself. And that would be resolving. So some of us, the love button, my lovely lovers who dance only the tango, we don't wrestle. Those of us who are love buttons, we are compassionate beyond reason. So the predominant emotion is sadness when interacting with our lovely usual family dynamics. Nowadays, we have plenty of great trauma-informed experts that are sharing for free a lot about childhood trauma. Patrick Tiahan is one of them, and he describes what a codependent type of person is. That would be the ones who take care of each other, the ones who change each other, and there's a lot of low self-esteem, indirect communication. There's struggle because of insecurities. We also know about, thank you, Peter Levine and Diane Heller, attachment wounds and trauma memory. Trauma memory is stored within the muscles, bones, tissues. Now, this is where people who are not interested in being human, they don't know any of this stuff, and they, in fact, are 4D readers, read karmic soul contracts. They talk about evil, and they believe still in the devil and things of that nature. So while they are doing that during ascension moments, we're not. We notice how our loved ones and the collective consciousness is. So right now we have about 70% who, it's yearly because we have cycles. The other thing is a 5D mystic will know the cycle of themselves, and then we'll pick up on the globe, and then we expand. So there's a journey to expanding your own clairs is what we'll call them, but the reality is neuroscience is looking into the flow state, and I've heard a lot of different types of explanations, and one of them recently about our shared consciousness. So we pick up on the 3D, 4D bandwidth. The difference is we don't talk about it with esotericism, metaphysics terms, no, with the human terms. So I share with my 5D mystics, the community that we're bringing together, these aspects, and then we will build in time, obviously, the paid subscribers. There's the oversoul content, where you can ask your questions for twin flames, soulmates, lightworkers journey, with the difference of knowing you're a person, the human experience. So your alignment with Purusha Prakriti, becoming this unconditionally loving and pure energy that you hear about. I've heard about it through my workshop with a lovely yoga, Ayurveda, and somatic experiencing instructor who has a 12-step program to help people to get out of any type of addiction. And I loved when she was asked about coffee, and the person was asking in a way of, I'm addicted kind of thing, or how do I quit it? And the answer was, remember, it's your relationship to the substance. And also informative of, remember that compulsive addictive behaviors are maladaptive responses / safety responses where there is still unresolved trauma. Unresolved trauma are sensations that come up, images, thoughts, feelings. People who have restored an embodied self, those would be the 5D buttons, so we easily navigate our emotions. 4D, 3D buttons, if you will, and I'm just using this as an example because 3D, 4D is in separation consciousness, and they continue to be so, especially when they tell you so contracts end, and or that there are energy vampires, and or that people are evil. Again, this is where 4D, 3D, other people, believe what you will, the IHP content and everything that I'm trying to do is bring together infinite higher human consciousness potential people, which we believe in the scientific methodology. I'm pseudoscience lady for a reason, and that's out of respect of their scientific methodology people, but I have enough of the information, thank you, trauma-informed educational courses, And the intuitiveness because of noticing ascension energies and patterns. And at a certain point, like, why are you all talking bad about people that you don't seem to understand how it is to be a Zen master? Back to alignment. The alignment of Purusha Prakriti. I've never lost alignment with this lovely sphere of energy. And part about owning your own is you being yourself. And that would be where you dissolve completely the shame, defectiveness, heartbreak, gut-wrench button that begins from your 0 to 7 month old or aroundish. We all have an attachment system, and I know how much 4D loves to talk about meat eaters and conspiracies and all this other stuff, but staying grounded is the 5D plane. So we don't do flat earthers. We thank them for using their wonderful brains for something that really requires no use. But hey, everybody gets to choose the state of consciousness and the soul age group they want to be in. And again, this isn't existentially doing anything. No, existentially, air, water, food. So smart people, stable, mature, adaptive, rational, teachable. The intelligent ones who wander, thank you, Sadhguru, not the idiots who are dead sure, are focused on bigger issues and things that we want to help because we care about humanity. While the other soul age groups, they gossip about each other, they hate about each other, they do the whole complete, there's so much drama and soap opera stuff. Hey, they're doing that. We don't need to actually be involved. In fact, the system is always moving towards the next best step, and the people who are focused on the things that matter are not, in fact, doing the yelling matches, because that's not going to bring people together. In fact, that's also not people who know how to handle their emotions. So they didn't move into 5D plane because they didn't align their physical, their energetic, their mental body, and then they also didn't hold their values or their heart body. And you know how many people I've met that do yoga. They sit down and do yoga all day long. And then when it comes to treating that person who has unresolved trauma, potentially addictive patterns, here's our Zen master story, the compulsive thief, that they actually go and say, I'm going to shame you, I'm going to blame you, I'm going to fault you, and I'm going to do everything to criticize you because you are. And so these little hands that they do, we get it. I was a kid. I got taught to not do the hand. It was rude. I'm not sure what happened. But then again, I am actually aware of what happened. I love Jesus. And to this day, I look back and at a certain point I said, hey, God, the psychologists, they inform me it's called human suffering. I don't know what your people are doing, but they're doing something that I don't feel is right, because if they have human suffering, why are they being mean to them? Thank you, trauma-informed experts. Thank you, mental health community. Thank you, scientific methodology and education. Because, see, the ancients may know a lot of things, but what they don't know and didn't know was that we're not possessed by demons, that there is nothing that possesses you. So the 4D continues instead to talk about things of that nature, and 5D mystics don't. So tarot readers, Akashic record readers, anybody who taps into the sphere of consciousness, we're not science people. We're not boring. I love you science people, but you sound boring sometimes. The clairs are a lot of fun. Why are they fun? Because our oversoul is our family. So yes, the extended globe, lovely humanity, but I'm talking intimate too. So when we have loved ones who have not yet completely moved into their functional adulthood, we would never dream of abandoning ship and saying, let me cancel you because you didn't do what I told you to do. We don't do codependency. That's the point. 5D mystics and functional adults, they're safe havens and secure bases inside their own body. They got here. Some dissolved the shame button. Some had a love button. In either cases, the primary emotion is sadness, because that processes what can be a misalignment. We don't get angry and yell at people in our brain and think of all the ways that we're going to hurt you or get back at you. And when people do that, and we can tap into that, because that's the part about being a mystic in 5D plane, is we'll know when our loved ones are actually upset, and we leave it alone because it's only our imagination. So we don't spend time in that one. We actually like to do things that make a difference, which equal unconditional love. We stay aligned with Purusha Prakriti, and we, in fact, light body, rainbow body, oh, you name it, the expansion of all the clairs and how much we can support each other. And our oversoul is all good. We expand our oversoul. We add twin flames, soulmates, you name it. You name how many times you get to put in practice Zen Master, which is the compassionate beyond a reason, because that's the humanity that every person can have when they've healed into an integrated brain and a restored and embodied self, and they understand you have a heart and I have a heart. And it will always break the same way when we do things that are not nice, if you will. So let's be compassionate, grow those relationships. Come on over and join us. We also have a Telegram group for my IHP 5D Mystics. I have plans, so please come on over.